I'm Devorah Wallen, and I'd like to share my Tea for Two, my Torah thought, for 2 minutes more or less. This week's Torah portion is Parshas Noach, referring to Noah and his ark. The Parsha opens with, "These are the generations of Noach. Noach was a righteous man. He was righteous in his generation. Noach walked with God." In his generation, compared to them, he was righteous. Our Parsha is about the corruption of the world, with previews in the last verses of Bereshis. It says, "And the earth became corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with lawlessness." Interestingly, the word here for lawlessness and robbery is Hamas. Then the next two verses are doleful. "And Hashem saw how great human wickedness was on the earth, how every plan devised by human mind was nothing but evil all the time. And Hashem regretted having made humankind on the earth. With a sorrowful heart, Hashem said, I will blot out the earth mankind whom I created, humans together with beasts, creeping things, the birds of the sky, for I regret that I made them." The world had degraded so much that according to this, God wanted to destroy the world and start over with a clean slate, so to speak. So God commanded Noah to prepare for the flood, and he followed God's instructions to prepare for himself and his family the ark that would carry 2 pairs of every non-kosher animal and 7 pairs of every kosher animal. And it says, Noah did so, just as God commanded him, so he did. He was obedient, but awaited God's instructions. Additionally, the commentators say that Noah did not go out to others to try to encourage them to change their ways. He did not do any outreach to help them understand what was about to happen. Additionally, he never advocated for the other people in the world, taking at face value that his family would be the only people saved. Other people could have helped him and come with him on the ark. Whereas in Abraham's generation it says, Abraham walked before God. In our portion it says, and Noah walked with God. Some of the commentators take this to mean that although Noah was righteous in his generation, he listened to Hashem, he tried to do the right thing. However, compared to Abraham's generation, he would not have attained the same righteous status. Regarding Abraham, the Torah explicitly shows us how he advocated on behalf of the wicked people of Sodom. He pleaded with God to save mankind instead of allowing the destruction to occur, whereas Noah seemed to be satisfied with taking care of his own family. The Midrash says that Avram and Sarah reach out to heathens to bring them closer to monotheism and morality. How can we find relevance from this concept today? There are many of us who will follow instructions slavishly with obedience, but not all of us are willing to fight for others' rights, speaking out and sticking out our own necks. Abraham did that many times, as did Moshe. Sometimes leadership requires stepping out of a paradigm. We must take care of our own, beginning with our families and communities, but that is not enough. Jews are activists of the world. We cannot sit idly by while others suffer. Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sacks shares a parable about the verse, and Noah walked with God. He says the analogy is of a king who had 2 sons, a grown-up and a child. To the child he said, walk with me, but to the adult he said, walk before me. So it was with Abraham. God said, because you are wholehearted, walk before me. But of Noah, the Torah says, and he walked with God. In his book Covenant and Conversation, Rabbi Sacks explains that Noah was missing some of the inner courage and strength of character to reconstruct a devastated world. Quoting him, he says that when it comes to rebuilding the ruins of a catastrophe, you should not wait for permission. You should take the risk and walk ahead. Faith is more than obedience. It is a courage to create. May we have the strength to lead courageously and at times going against the grain to do so.